2025 seems like it's going to be a big year for the WWE. And for me, I think that it is going to be one of the biggest years. They're moving over to Netflix for Raw. In the international market, they are moving to Netflix permanently, in a sense. It seems like everything's going to Netflix. But it will be interesting to see what happens in 2025. Now, I have three things that I would like to see happen. Now, these are three things that are slightly different in a sense. I'm going to go for a debut, I'm going to go for a return, and I'm going to go for maybe a moment or like something I want to happen for someone in WWE at this time. So, the debut is an easy one. I would like to see the debut of Ricky Starks in the WWE, whether it's NXT, Raw, SmackDown, whoever. I think that Ricky Starks is fantastic on the microphone. I think he is great in ring. I think he has everything that WWE need. Even if it is a mid-carder on SmackDown, something like that, he will do a great job at it. He was fantastic in AEW. It seems as though it's just a personal issue between him and Tony Khan that's stopping him from being on TV. And for me, there's only one end product to that, and that is that once his contract finally does end, he joins WWE. Now, I'm pretty sure it ends in 2025, so we should see him debut if, obviously, he does get the nod from WWE. It does seem as though the rumours that I've seen are that they are interested. And why wouldn't you be? He has that charisma that a lot of wrestlers would like to have for a moment, and he has it in spades. He reminds me very much of like everyone compares him to The Rock in a sense, but he's very much like the LA Knight kind of mold, where he's kind of brash and braggadocious and doesn't really care about anybody else's opinion of him, because he knows he's doing good what he's doing. They would be a phenomenal tag team, by the way, LA Knight and Ricky Starks. But yeah, I think that he would be fantastic wherever you want to put him. I think he would be a great starting point in NXT. Kind of build him up for a WWE audience, then bring him to a Raw and a SmackDown and move from there. Obviously, I could have gone for the easy hit of saying Penta, but that's near enough going to happen already. So I look forward to a Penta debuting on Raw next week. To be honest, it's got to happen. He's got to be the tag partner for Ray. But I'd like to see the Lucha Underground Pentagon that we. If you've seen Lucha Underground and seen Pentagon in that, he's phenomenal there. That's where I started watching him. I think that he was really good in that. I'd like to see him in that kind of mold within WWE and on Raw. But yeah, back to the point. Ricky Starks debuting in WWE would be my debut. My return is a slight cheat, because I would like to see the return of both Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. My reason for this is I feel like the Raw side of things is lacking a bit of star power. You obviously have Rhea and you have Liv, and that's kind of it. I think Bianca is on SmackDown. You've got obviously Tiffany, Nia on SmackDown, and there's been a bit of a fusion of sorts with the women's division a little bit, but there was obviously, I feel like the thing that kind of pointed out to me was the two mid-card title tournaments, and I felt like there was a lot more investment in the people that were in the SmackDown side than there was on the Raw side. So that's where I'm kind of going with this. I think Becky coming back would be great to have. She's a fantastic worker. She does really good stuff with everyone she's given, in a sense, and anything she's given. Charlotte is star power, is the name, in a sense, and I think she would be ideal for the division again. And I think having those two, Liv and Rhea, are a good kind of main event scene. You can then have them as a 4, kind of help bring up the mid-carders in a sense, and bring through some stars. Obviously, NXT's women's division is stacked, so you might see some movement there. But yeah, I think that bringing back Becky and Charlotte, I know it's a bit of a cop-out because I'm picking 2, but I think that would add to the women's division quite nicely. Whether you put one on each and do one on Raw, on SmackDown, or however you do it, move things around. Or if we've got this weird transfer window that's kind of happened, I think it's just so they can get the main stars back on Raw. But we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, that would be my return. And my my moment, I guess, to happen. I was going to go something down the line with John Cena, but I am going to do a video on John Cena probably next week on the things I want to see to happen with his final run, because it's quite a monumental year for John Cena in his final year. So I want to see a couple of things happen for him, but so I'll do that later on. So the one thing I don't want to do instead, and this might cause a little bit of controversy for people watching, I want to see Dom Mysterio win a world title. And the way I want to see him do it is Money in the Bank, because I don't think he does it any other way. I think that it would make Dom the biggest heel in the company. It would make him... I can add to that level. I think that what Seth said a couple of months ago, where there is not many big heels, in a sense, in terms of the company at the moment. There's a lot of people that are liked, and it's kind of a big grey area for a lot of people. Things like Drew McIntyre having justifiable rage against the Bloodline, Kevin Owens having a justified rage against Cody, things like that. I feel like they don't make them fully heels, in a sense. Not to the old school look of a Ric Flair. But Dom has that star power of an old school heel. So I feel like him winning Money in the Bank, winning a world title, and then holding it for longer than his dad ever held a world title would be phenomenal. So they're my 3 things, guys. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments down below. What would you like to see from WWE in 2025? Like this video if you haven't. Subscribe if you're new. Until next time, take care.